What is up, guys? I am back with another Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle. Here for you guys, I have an OU battle. And before I get into the team and everything, because this is a new team you guys have never seen, I just want to say my name is Ankleburger1023, and I had a basketball game yesterday, and I didn't get my ankle broken by like another guy, or I didn't break someone else's ankle, but actually I landed awkwardly while I was playing yesterday, and I sprained my ankle. Yes, I, Ankleburger1023, am currently have an ankle injury, which how ironic that is. It is just whatever. I have an ankle injury, and that really sucks. But now let's get into this OU match, which is actually a really good match off some guy from the Small Guy Wifi Battle Finder. And this is a new team I've constructed. It's basically hyper offense, just a bunch of big threats. And let's get into it. So first turn of the match, this is my dual dancing Terrakion. Well, it's not really dual dancing, it's just dual Terrakion with Sword Dance, dual stab, and rock polish. And on the first turn, I want to go for the Stone Edge because I know it'll do this, hit this thing really hard if maybe wants to go for the Stealth Rocks on the first turn. As it's in the lead spot, I expect him to be a Stealth Rocker. But he predicts the close combat, it goes right into his Gengar. I predict I go for the Stone Edge, kill the Gengar on the first turn, which sucks for him. So here, he's going to go for the Earthquake as I bring in my Fortress. I went for my Fortress because if he wants to go for the go right for the rocks, I can spin him away. But if he wants to do anything else, Fortress can take any hit very, very nicely. So this Fortress is just basically your Rock, Spike, Spin, Gyro Fortress. And what I've learned about this team is it's not too good. On PO, it's okay because if I can just like get it to work, if I get this to work and I think about what I'm doing, the team works pretty decently. It's really not that good of a team all in all. So here, I bring in my Ninetales on this Heatran. I don't know why I brought in my Ninetales as he goes for the substitute. Now, Ninetales can't touch this Heatran, but this Heatran really can't hurt me that badly back. But seeing the substitute, he actually can hurt me because he probably has Earth Power. And now I'm looking at my set and I'm like, oh, wait, why am I in here? I can't touch this thing. So, straight into my Mets predicting the Earth Power. Mets is the safest play, because the chances of him having HP Ice are actually very low, but he did still have the chance he can have HP Ice. So I go for the Earthquake now. Definitely break the substitute and everything. But he actually goes for the Toxic here. And on the Smogon set with the Heatran with substitute generally carries Toxic or Hidden Power Ice, and he would probably went for HP Ice on me if he had it. So it looks like he does have HP Ice to me, which is really nice to see. So now here I'm predicting a switch into his Rotom Wash to Levitate because he can levitate, that's his ability, and because I'm locked into Earthquake because he's probably predicted me to be choiced. So he's going to go into his Rotom as I go into my Victini to cut him off. The thing that I went into Victini now is because if he is Choice Scarfed, I can take any hit relatively nicely. And if he is not Scarfed, I know I'll outspeed him and I'll go for a nice Choice Banded damage. This Victini is basically only on this team as I have the Ninetales to set up the Sun. Looking at that Sun boosted Choice Banded he creates off, that's basically the entire purpose of me having Victini on this team, which I find to be relatively funny. But yeah, Ninetales is especially defensive with Will-O-Wisp and Toxic, just for like picking up those fire types that are in. Will-O-Wisp for the crippling attackers, Flamethrower, Energy Ball. I kind of want to get rid of Toxic and give him a HP Ground because it looks like Heatran's going to be a pretty big threat. If it's Sub Heatran and or if it's a Heatran and my Landorus and my Terrakion are dead because if he has like a thing to switch into Ments safely because I'm choice locked, Heatran can be relatively annoying to deal with. So here I go for the Brick now to break the substitute, as he's just gonna go for a Fire Blast, which he knows is a stab in the sum, so it's gonna do a really nice chunk. And especially because I'm not bulky, and Heatrans are so freaking powerful. Oh my god. So now here I'm basically predicting him to not go into his Rotom because I went for Brick Break. I'm predicting him to go into his into his Tentacruel to take the Brick Break and then proceed to Rapid Spin on the next turn. And I want to keep. Did I even get my Rocks up? I didn't get my Rocks up, but bringing his Tentacruel just to completely wall that Brick Break. So he actually ends up going into his Landorus. Now I don't want to take a hit from this thing, so I'm going to go right into my Salamence. This time as Death Fodder, so if he wants to go for the Hydro Pump, he can kill me off. This for a Volt Switch, he can kill me off, but goes for the Hydro Pump. I actually live it, but due to the toxic damage, I'm going to end up dying at the end of this turn. If I didn't die, I probably would have just went right for Brick Break because that's actually the safest play to go for against most of his team. So here I bring in my Victini now, and I'm just going to go right for that Bolt Strike action as it brings in the Heatran, predicting the V-Create. Now, any team that doesn't have a Heatran is wrecked by Victini because V-Create can do so much damage. So if you have a Flash Fire user, just make sure you bring one for any reason, because if someone like me decides to bring a V-Create and banded Sun boosted Victini, then you might be in for a little bit of a problem. So here he's going to go into his Mamoswine now, predicting me to be choiced, I guess. I go for the Bolt Strike. I didn't predict that because I didn't think he would want to keep his Heatran anymore. At that point, when his Heatran was at that low range of HP, and he was paralyzed, I didn't think he would. I thought he would just sag his Heatran and get the safe switch in the Mamoswine, but that's not the case. Now, he doesn't have the Gengar anymore because I killed it. He doesn't have a spin blocker. I do not like rocks. I know he's going to go with the Heatran, but I do not like rocks because I have one Mence, Victini, and Ninetales takes super effective. Landorus takes neutral. Terrakion takes resisted, and Fortress takes neutral, but still, rocks are not good. So I'm going to go for the rocks of my own now, as he's going to go for the substitute, and I'm just going to go for the, actually, wait, I'm so confused. Alright, I rapid spun, and then I'm faster because he's paralyzed. I went for the rocks, and then he subbed up. That makes sense. Okay, so now I'm going to switch out because I'm fearing the Fire Blast, and I need that Fortress. I need the Fortress or my Ninetales for that Scizor to take the bullet punches, because if he gets to a point where he cripples all my Pokemon, he can just come in with CB Scizor and just bullet punch my whole entire team. So here, I'm going to go right for the Bolt Strike now, as he's going to be behind the substitute. He's going to go for the Earth Power after missing the Fire Blast on the initial switch-in. And Earth Power is not going to kill me. It's not going to do... It's going to do a nice chunk, but it's not going to kill me. Which is basically the only important thing. Just because Victini's got the base 100 all around, got the base 100 HP, base 100 Spec D, so Victini's going to be able to take that relatively nicely. So here he's going to go back into his Mamoswine to take the Bolt Strike. Should be predicting these, but I don't want to predict these because I don't think he would want to keep his Heatran. But I don't really want to overpredict with that Heatran because it is a big threat. Now here, I know he's going to go right for the Earthquake because he can kill off that thing. My Victini and Fortress is just going to be sponging hits from me and Mamoswine all day long. Now here, finally, I'm just going to go and pick off this Heatran right now and be like, no, sir, Heatran, you sit. You will not be causing any more damage to my team. In comes Life Orb Terrakion. And Life Orb Terrakion is a ginormous threat. And this Heatran, now I'm thinking, he doesn't have a Gengar. He's going to just stay in as fodder because nothing on his team can appreciate a close combat. So he's going to stay in as fodder. Stays in as fodder. Takes a CC to the freaking nose. And that Heatran is dead. If you guys didn't notice the great background, which this is a little late to be saying it, but thanks you, Puddles A1 again. Puddles A1 sub to him. So, brings in the Rotom Wash. After taking a little bit of rocks damage now, I go for a close combat, thinking it might not kill, but I want to just get as much damage off as possible. But it ends up killing him off, and I really didn't think that it would kill. I calculated, I'm thinking if he was max HP, max Spec D, even, maybe not even max HP, it looked like he would have been able to live. It was kind of shaky, but I ended up killing him off. Don't know if that was max, or he just should have killed anyway. I don't really know, but I'm so happy that that definitely killed. So here I'm going to predict the Bullet Punch because that seems like a relatively safe play. And go into my Ninetales, but he actually goes right for that superpower. Maybe thinking, I might think he might be Choice Scarf because he tried to go for it to pick me off and not go for the Bullet Punch. But it doesn't even matter because now since he's locked in superpower, I'm assuming, because I didn't see Life Orb, I can just go into my Landorus. Even if he, so now I can just go for the Earth Power. I'm sorry about that yawn, but go right for the Earth Power. Gonna kill off this Mamoswine because Sheer Force Life Orb Landorus is a force to be reckoned with. Look at, he is such a cool looking back sprite, and he's just delivers so much power. So that was really really cool, and he's going to go into his Tentacruel now, and I'm thinking that Earth Power is not going to kill, and I need Landorus for the Scizor at the end because I know he can take Bullet Punch reliably well. And looking at, I calculated, it looked like it barely had a chance to kill. I didn't really want to risk it. Basically here, I'm just going to sack my Fortress. I'm just going to leave my Fortress in and just let it die. Basically, I'm just going to like try to get up kind of like late game hazards, and I'm going to try to get up late game hazards and just cripple this thing with Gyro Balls as low as possible. No, it's not doing jack shit. Should have actually sped this part up more, but it's really not that long of a part. And basically, I'm just going to like, he's just going to scald and try to burn, I guess, but it's in the sun, so it's not doing anything. And also, the Fortress on Bulky. Going to go for the Spikes, and then eventually he's going to want to Rapid Spin because he's not going to want Scizor to take damage, but I'm just going to stay in here and Spike just so I can get Spikes up. I don't care if he wants to go for T-Spikes right now. I don't really care about anything. Goes for Scald now. Finally gets the burn. But I'm just going to go for the Gyro Ball now. I didn't go for the Spikes because I predicted him to Rapid. I don't even know why I didn't go for the Spikes. I should have just went for Spikes, 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 Spikes. Even if I had 3 layers up and he didn't even have Rapid Spin. But who doesn't have Rapid Spin? Tentacruel unless you're offensive. And he's going to go for the Rapid Spin now. Here is I actually just go for another layer of Spikes, which he gets away the Rocks and Spikes, so that was 2 and 1 gone, but now I'm back to 1. And any kind of extra damage on the Scizor is going to be nice. And seeing how low I am, looking like definitely, a Skull's going to be able to kill me off from this range of HP. If it wasn't, I could, he probably would have Rapid Spun killed me, and that would have sucked, so I'm actually kind of happy that Skull kills. And, yeah, Skull's going to kill me off, but he actually, I didn't really do anything. I got up 1 layer of spikes, and this thing's at full HP, which sucks. So, I'm going to go into my Victini. Going to go for the Zen Headbutt. Didn't want to risk Bolt Strike and missing, because, you know, it's, 85 with Victory Star, brings it up to 90 something, but, I know that this is super effective. It is Stab, it is, Choice Bandit, but it's just not going to kill. I don't know if that's Min, I don't know if that's, I don't know what that is, but it just didn't kill. So, he's going to stay in his fodder. I'm going to go for the Zen Headbutt finally. Hopefully, thank God I hit, and I'm going to kill it, and that's going to be really, really nice for me. So now he's going to go into Caesar now, and I know he's going to have to be forced to Bullet Punch here, because if it doesn't Bullet Punch, he's dead. So BP is my Victini, kills my Victini. Doesn't matter because I have Landorus, and I knew I calculated in the beginning that BP at full health would not kill Landorus without a crit, no matter what variant of Scizor he is. He goes for BP, it's not going to kill me off, and I'm just going to go for the Earth Power and kill off that Caesar. So that was a really good match, guy, from Smoke on Wifi Battle Finder. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle, and if you did, please leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe. Do your thing. Check out Puddles A1 for these background codes because he is the man. Thank you for giving them to me. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be seeing you guys next time with some more Wifi Battles. Peace out, guys.